Okay. According to the broadcast button, we should be live. I don't know if we are yet. I have to continually watch the Twitch channel until it changes. Ooh, it says live. Ooh, how exciting.
Hi, George. Are you ready to lose tonight?
Uh,
Even though it's not night for you? But,
yeah, that
it's
was,
night.
yeah, you mean 2 Greek night? Yeah, very, very ready. It's loading up the channel here. I'm looking at, I have Twitch loaded in the background just so I know what's going on. Making sure everything's coming through correctly. And obviously I'll have it on mute so you don't hear an echo. Anyway, hi everybody. We're going to play test with a few, hopefully with a few new cards that, in terms of animation, because we've been adding a bunch of animation to the game, so we can show you how some of this stuff looks, and at the same time try to beat each other up. You can see I'm here in the game lobby. I will start things up, although I'd like to expand this slightly for a second here so I can show you something. I'm going to pop over to the website. Oops, that's my deck on screen there. Here we are at the website. Please follow all our news here. You can get a listing of our live streams here on the live beta testing article down towards the bottom. And as always, I want to remind you that we still have a competition running. You can participate here in the funding anniversary competition, which yields a lot of really great prizes. To enter that competition, all you need to do is pop on over to the workshop, this section of the website right here, and you can see all these different pieces of art that we have up. Choose a thumbnail and choose one that doesn't have flavor text, or choose one that does have flavor text. Write your own flavor text, and that will be your submission to the contest. We'll choose the best flavor text at the end of the competition, and winners will receive prizes. So please do that. In the meantime, we're going to play this game out. And if you have any questions or want us to do anything or say anything or address anything, just let us know in the chat. Right here, you'll see that we can respond here. That's what I'm typing into the chat right now. You're actually going to see that before you hear me say it because there's a delay. Are you ready, JP?
I was born ready.
You were born ready. Okay. So you've been ready for a few years. Isn't that great? Isn't it great how Microsoft wants to interrupt our playtest with some auto update? No, go away. All right. I will create a game here. And I will choose this deck down here. And it's on you, JP.
All right.
You think you're going to win today?
I have a good feeling that we'll have a draw.
You better not. You better not do that again. That was pretty annoying.
I'm just going to point out that I did nothing, and it was all you.
And on that note, I'm going to go first. Anyhow, as you can see, we're going to start the game out here by laying all our fields down on either side of the board. Then we're going to decide where our strongholds go, and then we're going to try to assault those things by moving creatures around and attacking the opponent. Looks like John Paul's using mountains. I'm using hills. Mountains usually imply that he's going to be using some kind of a brown creature. Could be all kinds of things. Hills is usually going to imply that I'm using some kind of a yellow creature or a green creature type. These are just tendencies. They're not rules. We shall see.
Yeah, I mean, I sometimes if I have a deck that doesn't have any particular synergy with a field type, I just like to mix it up just because, I like to see a lot of different types of fields.
Yeah, you are a very aesthetically oriented person, aren't you? If it looks good, it looks good.
Yeah.
Oh, look, somebody in the chat is asking who will win. The answer to that question is typed into the chat right now.
It'll be a draw.
No, it won't be a draw.
But not because I force you to draw.
Are you not in chat right now?
No, I'm having trouble with this Mac. It's such a strange system.
That is a shame. We forgive you.
All right, I'll try and get there.
Starting with your castle rather centrally there. Well, I'm going first, so why don't we finish the setup phase, and then while I'm taking my first turn, you can do it.
All right. Doo-doo.
That was pleasant. I'm glad I was on camera for that.
I don't know what did you do?
I put my finger in my mouth. You're welcome, everybody. George's dental hygiene. Highlight of the video. All right.
What about your follicular hygiene? Do you want to tell us about it, or will that take like 4 hours?
Follicular? What? Oh, follicular. Shut up.
Yeah.
That is none of your business, and also in very good order, so pipe down. Don't be jealous.
All right, let's
Don't
see.
be jealous.
Let's see if I can sign into Twitch here.
So you guys see that I've laid an extra field here. That's going to generate 4 income per turn for me. Our fields in our game both define the play area and generate income, which is kind of a neat duality because they're strategy related to both things. Defining the play area doesn't mean that you can only play on those fields, but it helps a lot because whenever you have a creature that's not on a field, it'll be gradually losing life and it will die as a result basically of not being on a field. So you do want to be strategic in both aspects. It looks like
Alright.
JP is also laying a field down, and because he's lucky, he probably has more than one in his hand. You do want to get income early. Of course he does. Of course he does. So lucky. You do want to get income early in this game. It's highly advantageous. Are you quite finished? Oh, you are. Okay.
I am quite finished, actually.
Quite. Well, I can't really do anything else, and I'd like to save my money, so I'm going to stop drawing cards. You can draw as many cards as you want in our game. They just cost more every time you draw them. And I'm very unlucky and haven't drawn a second field, but that's okay.
Right, let's see what's going on here.
Yes, that's some good chat.
Pretty good.
Oh, look, a little dwarf. As you can see, this is, as promised, one of the newly animated creatures. Pretty nifty little guy there.
Good job, George.
Thank you. Yeah, I like that animation a lot, actually. The dwarves look good, in my opinion. Man, I'm really getting unlucky on field draw here. I guess I'm going to have to put a creature out just for the sake of, being able to compete here. Here's another newly animated creature. It's an orc. You can probably see that for yourself if you just glance up here. I put him across from JP's dwarf. Luckily, he should be able to survive at least one attack and give as good as he gets to an extent.
Attacks for 3, huh?
So we can inspect this guy and find out. He's got an attack of 3. And your guy has also got an attack of 3. Well, that seems even, Steven. And
it does for now.
I'm calling you Steven from now on.
Okay then.
Yeah, I don't know why. It makes sense. All right. Look how much bigger my orc is than your dwarf. That's right. That's right. Bigger.
What should I do? Decisions.
I don't know, but I turned out to be right when I said he was probably playing a brown deck. You've got a brown and gray deck essentially with dwarves, and I've got a yellow and red deck essentially with orcs. So we've got a bunch of colors covered here, which means any number of effects, any number of spells we will see trigger later on. Oh, you got a second dwarf out already, did you? How much do those things cost? 6. You just have a lot of income because you're lucky. Oh well. I guess I'll just have to take the damage. Oh, shoot, you were attacking my field? I didn't even notice that. For goodness sake, I should have blocked that. Pain in the ass. Anyhow. Freaking irritating. Anyhow.
So these guys have dwarf form, right? So
they will, in fact, have some benefits to being next to each other, yes.
But dwarf form doesn't apply when they're on the same tile, does it?
It doesn't. So dwarf form is an ability that allows dwarves to have more defense, but they have to be next to each other. They have to be in adjacent lanes, basically. That's how it works.
Right.
Anyhow, guess I will just take this opportunity to. No, I can't even. I can't even do that. Oh, that's too bad. That's something that needs to be changed. Well, whatever. I will equip a weapon, making my guy a little stronger. That'll be useful for getting rid of one of these idiots in just a moment here.
Oh, Venom Blade. I dislike it.
Why do you dislike it? Because it's mine and not yours?
Basically, yeah.
Ah, excellent.
No, Venom Blade is really good to play with because it has poison.
It does, which is very nice against dwarves because they have a lot of defense. So if you can just get past their defense with one attack, you can hit them with some poison and then they'll die over time. This is really, the fact that I haven't drawn any income is really ridiculous. I think I have more fields in my deck than he does in his, and I'm just very unlucky.
Do these guys have, oh, they do have upkeep. That's why I haven't been able to draw anything, okay.
Or play it, rather.
Well, I mean, draw anything that I can play is what I meant to say.
Is it?
But, that should help.
You're very lucky. What can I say? Very, very lucky. Annoyingly so. I'll just block this attack that he's trying to launch on my field. Trying to income screw me. Oh, that's annoying. How did my guy die? Doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Well, let's have a look at that.
Oh, god darn it. Dwarves have yellow enmity. They're going to hit me much, much harder every time. They're going to hit me for an extra 3 damage each time.
Nice. I was totally counting on that.
I'm sure you were.
George.
Let me see if I can actually see what this says. If you stop attacking, I could. I attacked for 8, so I totally destroyed him, but it didn't really matter. Let's see here.
How come your guy attacked for 8?
Well, he had a Venom Blade. He has Battle Lust. He always
right.
hits for 1 every time he attacks. So, yeah. I'm not really sure why it was 8 as opposed to 6. In any event. It's neither here nor there. Point is, your guy would have died either way. And again, I can't draw a single field. This is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, you've got to be kidding me. 15, 6, 21. So I have 21 cards not in my hand. Of those 21 cards, 14 of them are fields. That seems fair.
Oh man, that's
4,
you
5,
really got
6,
the short end of the stick.
7, 8, 9. I have 9 cards in my hand. Well, that's fair. I will just end my turn and complain ulteriorly. Your move, sir.
Okay.
I guess it goes to show you that in this game, just like any other card game, there's an element of luck. And, part of what's great about card games is deck building is so important because you are playing the odds, essentially. You want to build yourself a strategy. So if you get income screwed, you basically got income screwed. You could look at it from the perspective because you didn't sort of defend yourself against that bad luck as well as you could have by having a lot of income in your deck. You need to plan for these things. So that's just the way it goes. In any event, I literally am just totally income screwed here because of my incredibly bad luck. So hopefully I can draw a field. Oh my god, what an honor. I drew a field. I put it there. And I'm going to have to probably go another turn here without creatures, just as a result of not having drawn well. I could burn some cards, but then I'm wasting cards just to get a creature out, and that is very risky. That is indeed very risky. So, I guess I could try. I could just try to survive here. Of course, he's just going to attack my bank like an ass. I think I will have to put out a creature. There's just not much else I can do. But then he's going to take my bank out, so... if I have a creature, I can't defend with these creatures because he hits me so hard with that stupid dwarf. So I have to choose the right cards to burn.
I'll have you know my dwarves are very well educated.
Uh-huh. Is that right? Is that because
Yeah,
I called him stupid that you made that comment?
that's absolutely correct.
I'm gonna burn this venom blade because the fact that his stupid dwarves are so strong just makes that more or less irrelevant. Because I can't survive long enough for it to matter. I guess it does matter because I want to be able to kill them. Maybe I shouldn't destroy that. Sorry to take so long. Just thinking here. If anybody in chat has a suggestion for what I should burn, please go right ahead.
I think this is a case of welcome to you are doom.
Mm-hmm. It's one way to look at it. I think I will destroy this right here. And I will put this out. It's bizarre that is not animating on my screen. There is a bug with this particular sprite. I'm going to have to go back and check why that is.
I see it animated.
You do? It's not animating on my screen.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been animating this particular sprite for a lot of people recently, so I'll go back and fix it. Not really sure what's wrong.
Maybe it's the it's not animating on your angle of the game board.
That is possible. It would imply that there's some missing frames or something like that. Anyhow, so as you can see, I played a slime. Basically, slimes are very defensive, and it's really just to prevent him from taking out my bank. So it's sort of a temporary play. Really, what I want to do is get my orcs out and start attacking him. But I mean, look at this. I mean, he has fewer fields than I do in his deck, and he has 9 fields laid down. I've drawn a total of 2 fields. It's completely ridiculous.
First, you want to know what out of the 4 cards I have in my hand, how many are fields?
I hope it's all of them.
It's 3 of them.
Good. That's ideal. That means you can't play stuff.
Yeah, I know. It's not good for me. Let's see. What should I attack?
I don't know.
Should I attack?
Well, to answer a question in the chat, to answer a question in the chat, basically, there is no advantage between one color or another. Just in this particular case, he has cards that are good against yellow because he's lucky. Not lucky, but I mean, that's just how you deck build sometimes. And I'm playing a mostly yellow deck.
Where are you seeing this chat? Is this the Twitch chat?
Yes. Which chat are you looking at? There's also game chat, but nobody's in it.
Why am I not seeing any chatting going on? So bizarre.
Can you read what I'm typing now?
Yes.
Well, maybe you should.
But I don't see anything else.
Well, who cares?
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
Oh, I didn't have that enabled.
The ability to look at the screen you didn't have enabled.
No,
So it's quite a feature.
I was clearly looking at the wrong chat window.
Interesting. All right. You weren't using your mind's eye.
Oh, great.
Running commentary is important, John Paul. We need to be on top of these things. Why?
You're absolutely.
Why is your guy exhausted? I don't understand. What did you do with him?
Well, if you'd been paying attention.
You built something? Is that what you're going to claim?
Minds.
Yeah, interesting.
Minds and eyes.
Let's see here. What do I want to do? I want to have better cards. That's what I want to do. I guess I'm just going to end my turn and try to rack up just a little bit of money here so I can actually pay for something. He managed to waste his time building a structure, which is good for me.
Witching!
I mean, clearly I'm going to block you. Freaking extra damage against yellow. Let's inspect this dwarf for a second here. He's gunked. Is he not poisoned? Am I using viscid slimes instead of quivering slimes? I meant to use quivering slimes. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Gunked is still bad for you. The problem is that now your guy's not going to die on his own.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever. Just turn it back over to me if you would.
Why would I do that?
Because I want to go.
Well, I want to play. Let's see. I want to play this
14
guy.
chroma, that's just ridiculous. Oh, I see you must have drawn a dwarf given your hand size.
Yep.
Interesting.
And guess what? Because I have 2 of the smithies, I got 2 short swords.
Every time a dwarvish smithy comes into play, or is in play rather, all the items in the owner's hand are 1 cheaper, and that's cumulative. And he also gets a short sword in his hand every time he draws a dwarf, which is an additional card he doesn't have to deck build. So obviously he has a lot of card advantage just by building those things. It's really nice synergy. Good stuff. Anyhow.
Yeah, let me add these short swords to these guys because
Makes them better for free.
Make them better for free.
Is your cost down to 0 now because you have 2 of those things?
For the short swords, yeah, 0.
Very nice. So actually, the dwarvish smithy can reduce the cost of an item all the way to 0. I mean, that is pretty nice. Let's just be honest.
Good. It is pretty good. I'm not arguing with you. Let's see if I draw another dwarf. Oh, I did draw another dwarf.
Big hand.
Perfect.
That's interesting. Dwarven miner that is invisible. I'm sure it will load the graphic shortly.
Yeah, I think it might be on my end because it's a little bit slow in here.
I mean, it should load in on my screen either way. I know that sprite is working because I saw it working in the client the other day. Anyhow, you guys, if you can't... Oh, there it is. Just appeared. It's basically a green dwarf. You can see him alongside the other guys there. Oh, look, a field. Well, how nice. What good timing. Annoying. Nonsense. All right, well, I guess now would be a good time to play a creature, finally, which I will do. I'll put that guy right there. Now I've got to really start throwing my weight around a little bit here. The first thing I'm going to do is destroy his bank, which is really important. Now, does this not work on banks? Oh, it has to be unguarded. That's too bad. I forgot about that. So I could destroy his graveyard. I don't know how helpful that is. It would be more helpful to destroy his bank, but I'll destroy his graveyard. That's fine too. Luckily, I had an incendiary in my hand that hits structures, and his graveyard is going down unless he wants to destroy some cards to save it.
Oh, you mean like this short sword that I drew?
That is one advantage of having fodder.
It does 2 damage, if I'm not mistaken. So that...
I think it does 5 damage. Hang on, let me inspect.
No, 2?
No, 5 damage. 5. You better discard your whole hand.
Nope. I think that's enough.
How dare you know what the cards do? That's a shame. That's a shame. It's pretty annoying. Anyhow, well, I guess I could do other stuff here too. Try to save my butt a little bit. Just burn that, and I will. Oh, for goodness sake. Tactical error. That doesn't matter. At least I have a chroma. I was going to use this card here in my hand that you guys can see, but I can only use that when my creature's unexhausted, which he wasn't because he was new. He can't act when he's new. He came out this turn, so that was a tactical error. I'll use it next turn.
Wow, there are a lot of fields in this deck.
I don't know about that. I think you've just drawn all of them. I know because I built that deck. In fact, I can surreptitiously load it right here on the screen while I'm waiting for you to take your turn. Cool thing about a browser-based game like this one is it allows you to look at other web pages while the game's running in the background. Here is your deck right here. I have it loaded on screen. As you can see, you have 12 fields built into your deck. I have, I believe, 13. Yep, I have 13 down here. So you're lucky.
Oh, wow.
That's my summary. Can you play another short sword there?
I guess I am.
Interesting. Green dwarves. It's almost like they're the color of money for a reason, those dwarven miners.
They are mining. Like that guy.
He just
delving
mined?
for gold.
Are you sure that the past tense of mine is mined and not moon or something? Main? He main? Yeah. That's really annoying.
Yeah.
I guess I could block with this guy. Yeah, I'll block with this guy. Why not? It'll kill your guy. That's a good outcome. Reduce your number of creatures by 1. Of course, it reduces my ability to cast spells that I don't have a red creature out anymore, or a yellow creature. Anyhow. Your turn there, big guy.
Well, let's do this.
I suppose I could discard a couple cards to save that, but I don't really care about my graveyard at this point. I need to play to survive, not play to have an ideal situation. I just heard the crashing sound happen again in the background. That's kind of weird.
It's probably from me.
I'm getting feedback because you're playing your game without headphones on or something? That's weird. That doesn't make any sense.
No, but because I only have the headphones plugged in a cheaper way, I think you get some of the sounds. Like you heard my cell phone going off, which is kind of strange.
Yeah, it is strange. Who would call you? Did you just set an alarm so people would think you were popular? Like, oh, I have another call. I can't take it.
Yes, I'm a very busy person.
Yeah, clearly. Not now. I'm in the middle of something. This is really important. Stop bothering me. I'm very impressive. I mean, I am very impressed. You may not win the game, but I'm very impressed.
I'm actually very impressed with my skill in dismantling you this game, George.
Yeah, skill. The way you pronounced that, it didn't sound like it had the quotation marks around it that it's supposed to. Just saying. That's a mispronunciation on your part.
Oh, is that an orcish mercenary?
It is.
Oh, that's so cute.
Is it?
Yeah, it really is.
It's pretty annoying how good dwarves are. You know, they have 3 yellow enmity, which means they literally hit yellow creatures with +3. It's also why they're very, very good against slimes, because like the slime won't even split if it hits it for 6, it just kills it. Because their damage is only reduced to 3. Slimes have resistance. So, anyhow. You're building another one of these things? You gotta be kidding me. How many short swords do you need?
I need lots of cards.
You need a lot of... That's an arsenal right there is what that is. Yeah. I guess I'm going to let you destroy my bank instead of killing my only creature. All right, what else am I going to do? Well, it's an argument for having a multicolored deck, certainly. I mean, having yellow creatures against dwarves is friggin' terrible.
Yeah. Well, didn't something similar to this happen last game?
No. Last game you won because you pressed offer draw, and I accidentally pressed accept. That is not similar. Insofar as that you were a jerk in both cases, it's similar.
Well, as I recall, you were down 1 stronghold and I had all 3 of mine, so technically I was winning.
Wait, So you're suggesting that I start offering you a draw? That's what you're saying?
Well, I am winning.
You, you, are- you are such a cheater. You are not winning.
I'm by winning is what I'm doing.
You're by winning. Are you bipolar? Charlie
I'm not
Sheen.
bipolar. Do you know I actually went and saw him live?
Really? Singing that song? Does he do that now?
Well, no, not singing the song, but like when he was going crazy and flipping out and like doing that whole by winning thing,
Mm-hmm.
he actually like went on tour to capitalize and like I actually went to see him live when he was at his craziest
That's excellent.
in Boston. Yeah, yeah. It was really good actually. Yeah. So happy about that.
Can you just unpause it, please, so that we can hurry up here?
All
Just
right.
click on pause. Just click on pause and hurry up.
How much damage are you
It's
gonna
just
do?
like one. It totally doesn't matter. Just come on. Why are you blocking me for? You're such a jerk.
Are you doing a lot of damage to me with this guy?
Well, the important thing is that your dwarvish miner doesn't have enmity because he's just a miner. So, luckily, I didn't die. All right. I guess I'm gonna have to waste my money drawing cards since I don't have a bank. Thanks a lot.
Well, at least you have a castle.
Great. Thank
Oh,
you
oh
for
wait.
that.
Oh wait.
What do you mean? Oh wait, I certainly have one. Stop lying. All right. Luckily, this guy doesn't need to be unexhausted for me to do that, so I might as well waste my last 2 chroma on that. All right, to you, sir, to you. Dwarves are pretty good. Maybe they need to be nerfed. Isn't it great how the result of all our games is me basically deciding to nerf your deck?
Wait, how do you intend in this deck to play War Trident when there are no
Dwarfs,
other blue
every dwarf has the ability called equipage, which allows it to equip an item of any color.
Oh, dude, that is pretty cool.
It's pretty sick, isn't it? And they also are so good with items. I mean, it's just pretty unfair.
But it'll replace my
If you equip an item that covers the same slot, a weapon or an armor, you can have unlimited accessories and they can be copies. You can have like 3 of the same accessory. But if you equip a weapon when you already have a weapon, the one that you've currently got just goes straight to your discard pile, and you just get the new one.
so it's kind of useless to play this War Trident. But anyway,
No, it's not useless. It's an upgrade, and the other one goes to your discard pile. It's a way of getting a card in your discard pile. I don't know. I mean, it's your choice.
Oh, well, I'm just saying because they both are hit for 2. So
I see. Well,
yeah.
I mean, the War Trident has other advantages. It hits harder against blue, for example.
Yeah, but given that you're not playing blue, I wasn't gonna pay
I
too much
didn't
attention.
force you to play that card.
I know. I played it without thinking.
Well, thank you for doing that on the unimportant moves.
Let's see. It was also giving me something to do. Let's see. Oh,
Giving you
Ring of
something to do. Really? That's what you
Ring,
need to do?
Ring of the Palatine or Palatine?
You can pronounce it how you want. The right way or the wrong way.
The wrong way.
Your choice.
All right, cool.
That's a pretty good card. That heals you for 1 every time you take damage. So it won't save you from dying if you get hit for the same amount as your life, but it will overall reduce the amount of damage you take. So it's a pretty nice card overall. Because it's nice and cheap, gray item. So, anyhow.
Well,
One
I
of the
mean,
few
if by cheap,
ways in which gray can actually heal itself, because it's not really a healing color.
if by cheap you mean cost nothing, then yeah, I
Oh,
agree.
you're such a bastard. You and your Dwarvish smithies that look like balefire pillars.
It doesn't matter. All right, and now the last thing that we're going to do is
God.
delve for gold.
Stop delving. Just hurry up. How many cards do you have? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. That is such BS. You are so lucky.
All right, dude.
My turn?
Wait. After they delve, are they useless?
No, you can an activation doesn't count as exhaustion.
Yeah, so what's going on here? I can't, anyway, just pass it to
You
you.
can't, what? You couldn't do anything with them afterwards? You should be able to. On
Well,
my screen, they don't look exhausted.
no, they aren't. They don't look exhausted, but
Can't attack with them, is what you're
maybe
saying?
maybe I need to refresh or something.
I don't know. You could just pass the turn to me.
I did that. Did it not pass?
Nope.
Hmm. Not a good sign.
Yep. Still here. I will type to the chat.
All right, hold up. Aha, there we go.
Oh, okay. Isn't that great? All right, sir. I suppose my castle is down to 6 now. You're going to do something with that other dwarven miner there?
I'll kill something.
What a jerk.
I
It
know,
doesn't
right?
count because there was no sound effect. That is coming. That is coming. Isn't it great how now, when I desperately need to draw non-fields, all I can draw is fields with my last 4 remaining cards in my deck?
Well, it's kind of good that you draw them because they distract me from killing your castle.
Oh, right.
Oh, wait.
Because my hope at this point is to distract you rather than to actually win. Thanks. Thanks. That's reassuring. I mean, I could put one more creature out, but is that really going to help me at this point?
George, I think it's time for a draw. What do you think?
I think I'm going to come up with some brilliant strategy to beat you.
I mean, that one orcish mercenary might be like a hero of the ages.
He might be.
Because look at all those dwarves that are coming to get him.
I don't know about that. I guess we can kill one of them. Too bad I didn't put Demon Fire in this deck, so I could hit more than one. Anyhow.
I see what you did.
That's right. Bang. Let's see. I've still got a little bit of money left here. Let's try drawing some cards. That's a shame. Doesn't actually help me. Too bad I didn't get any Fireblood Orcs out because they can continually attack after they attack a creature. But it wouldn't have mattered because fighting dwarves, the guys would have just died too quickly for it to make a difference. I suppose I will just have to pass it to you. It's probably necessary for me to do this just to stay alive an extra turn. Chroma 4. Chroma 3. What the hell? Oh, shit. Never mind, I just burnt cards for no reason. Thought I was going to be able to afford that. It's so weird.
Is that part of your grand?
No, I miscounted.
turnaround?
I thought I could burn 3 cards and then afford another guy, but oh well. Your turn there, sir.
Oh, and what a turn it'll be.
Well, that's a shame. I believe.
Well, I mean, it depends.
That's interesting. That is a shame.
Wait, let me unpause the attack because I see something there in the window.
Yes. Yes.
Oh. Oh wait! Oh, you tricked me, George. Oh no!
I didn't trick you. You knew it. Well, I guess JP beat me. There's a first time for everything, or in this case, a third time, making the score 3-3. Well played, sir. I guess the moral of the story is don't try to play orcs against dwarves. Basically, I couldn't trade attacks.
The other moral is be lucky.
Is that what? The other one
is be lucky.
Be lucky. Yeah, I mean, my number of fields was pretty unlucky that time, but also the overall tenor of playing a yellow deck against dwarves, it's not going to help you. Anyhow, I guess that's our game for today. I'll update the thread to indicate that he won. It'll be a tie, and we'll go into other stuff next time. Hopefully you guys can sort of see some of the advantages and disadvantages of these colors. I didn't really ever get going with the orcs, the yellow stuff. if I had had a faster start, I could have maybe income screwed him a little bit, which is very much a yellow concept. Every time an orc fights, he doesn't generate income from the field across from the orc. So anyhow, that didn't really happen though. Maybe orcs are too expensive. Maybe I should reduce the cost. Who knows?
Yeah, they might be a little bit.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of life. Anything with a red component tends to be weak in life. So, but there was a little bit of a false, impression that was given from the fact that dwarves could kill them in one hit every time just because they're good at fighting yellow things. Anyway.
All right.
Good game, sir. Well played.
Well, good game.
Everybody, check out our site.
next,
Check out our news. I'll write to this thread down here all about the beta test schedule and what's going to come up, and then at the same time, please enter this competition over here. One of our news stories, and hopefully win some prizes. What do you think, JP?
I think I drew fair and square.
Okay, all right.
Get it? Get it? Get it?
Yeah, it was English, so I got it.
But it was a jeu de mots, George.
That's very English.
Because
A double entendre, if you will. Oh, great.
It was Arc de Triomphe,
It was a little bit of savoir-faire, and his savoir-vivre of the jeu de mots that was entre parenthèses.
It was a bit of croissant, pain chocolat.
Croissant? What? That's just not English. All right. Cheerio. See you guys.
All right.
I'll win next time.
Next week,
Guaranteed.
probably on Tuesday.
You think so? No
Well,
weekend game?
Maybe not Tuesday.
We're going to discuss this offline.
No, well, yeah.
All right, we'll post to the thread and let you guys know. Cheers.
All right, take care.